Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for what's left of January and February 2013. It's probably about mid-January when you're looking at this, so yes, it's not been a time for going it alone. It's been a time for you to get the best that you can out of partnerships or collaborative, cooperative relationships, and just your interaction, the dynamic between you and others, and really, you being more successful going forwards in a team or in a duo, a dynamic duo, and also maybe sharing in some kind of way with another. Then from the 20th to February the 19th, the Sun moves into this very important area, which is like a deeper gear shifting area, and you can be starting to weigh things up, think about things more deeply, feel things, emotions being more sensitive there probably. You may be more conscious of the financial material or property aspect of your life, but also in relationships. Being more acutely aware of, treading a fine line or treading carefully, keeping the lid on certain opinions. It's safe to tell those over there, but not these ones here, or whatever it is. And, a good time for confidential advice, actually, working out a strategy, working out a plan. You'll probably have to compromise with some people, and whether you want to or not. But actually you could do well compromising with certain people, particularly when Venus goes into there, which isn't going to be until February. So early February, and most of February. So that's going to be good. But yes, and also because the emotions are nearer the surface, not allowing a passing mood or a knee-jerk reaction to sort of rule over you, And then from the 19th of February, the Sun enters a more outgoing, expansive area of your solar chart, which tends to raise the spirits, boost morale, gets you thinking in a forward-going kind of way. And you'll get more, you'll pick up more on opportunities to escape the daily grind, get out of one territory and into fresh territory. You should be getting out and about more there. Sign up for something, if you can't physically take more short journeys or trips, then sign up for something which is going to sort of immerse you into an area which you're not familiar with. And ask questions, research something, study something. This is a good time for that. Seek, always a good area for seeking and for traveling, and to get to a place inwardly or outwardly where you can just zoom out and refresh your mind and spirit. Now until the 19th, Mercury is in the same area as the Sun, and that means that conversations, your mental focus will be centered around partnerships, bouncing ideas off somebody else, clarifying your thinking by bouncing ideas and they clarifying theirs, centering a relationship maybe, in the middle of your thinking, and maybe correspondence is involved here as well. Or paperwork of some kind, you being more the information giver, the go-between, the guide, or they being, you using an agent, a go-between, a guide for yourself there, yes, and developing your people skills, your communication skills because of or through certain relationships that you have. And then from the 19th, discussions and ideas could become kind of more involved. Your thinking gets deeper and you're feeling more sensitive then. It could be centered around finances, property, a relationship, And as I say, good time for confidential advice, good time actually to give confidential advice to somebody who needs it, and very much being this one who senses from your gut knowing the best way to go. And it will definitely be working very, very well with Mercury in this area here. And then from the 6th of February, your mind then gets a more outward focus. You're not so down in this, like down in your deeper self, but you spring up and you're looking more outwards again. And it's a good time to refresh your mental palette and get outside of the box, the mental box. Get the bigger picture, just get things in perspective. You feel like you're getting things in perspective there. Not very good on the little details, but definitely you get the overview. And Mercury is going to be in that area until April 2013. And also, you know, contacts further afield, they could become more important to you as well, and travel, foreign connections and the like, but also academia in some way and higher education. Now, we've already gone past the 9th, where Venus was in this very practical area, you teaming up with others and getting things done in a practical sense. But now, from the 9th to February the 2nd, Venus is in her favorite place, boosting relationships, love relationships, but also friendships, and you and someone bonding, or you know, really appreciating somebody's company around you. You're appreciating their presence, practical contribution maybe, but also their attention, and they're appreciating yours as well, for whatever the reason, on whatever level. And then from the 2nd to the 26th, that is, and then from the 26th, if you're lucky, Venus could manifest as a vibration which is going to help you emotionally, but also possibly financially, and also with your intuition, and you feeling more nurtured and supported emotionally there. There'll be somebody around who will just, you know, put their hand out to you, but also it could be that somebody around needs you to put your hand out to them. But a good time to exchange resources, pool resources, help each other out. And then we're getting Mars. Now, Mars is going to, until February the 2nd, Mars is going to help you to change gears. Yes, Mars is in this quite a little bit touchy, this area here. It might be that you're feeling touchy because you can be very sensitized sometimes, because you've got a lot going on inside of you, and it might be related to property, it might be related to finance, it might be related to a relationship, it might be related to all three, but you've got a lot going on inside of you, and you've got to meet another's expectations, but you know, you're a bit knocked about something, and it could be about a space, about debts due to you, hey, and obligations that you know you've got to keep, but there's something that's just kind of bubbling there. Anyway, that's up until the February the 2nd, and then from February the 2nd, Mars is in an area which is going to help you to much more outward focus. You're not so down in yourself there, and you know, that kind of sort of keeping the lid on it, but kind of a bit pressure, you know, and then that comes away, and then from February the 2nd, which is also when Venus goes into her favorite place as well, you will be more outward focused, this sort of more extrovert energy, and learning new stuff, being on quite a learning curve actually, maybe traveling around more, or maybe just galloping around more because of what you're learning, and you connecting, maybe some of you, with foreign lands, travel, and that could be over the wires as well. Planning ahead, very much planning ahead, time to reach out and plan ahead, reach out for new information as well, sign up for something, but also share your knowledge with others, as others will be sharing their knowledge with you, and that's very much the sort of feeling of that one there. And Jupiter is in a background area of your chart. Now I'm going to be talking about the slower moving outer planets. I'm just giving you the headlines really, because there's more information about them forming the background to your life for several months, sometimes years. And I will just put up on my website each month which part of your sign those planets are affecting the most over the year, but also a little bit more about them. But just for the moment, Jupiter is in a background area of your chart, sort of in an incubation area, but will be coming into your sign in June. So this is a very good time to just develop things, you know, under wraps or behind the scenes or backstage or within yourself. You're learning a lot, you're really absorbing, you're taking things in. Don't shoot yourself in the foot because of an inappropriate knee-jerk reaction, though, because you can be your own worst enemy sometimes. And this is a good time maybe to kind of update your approach or change an old habit of yours. And now Saturn is also in a long transit, meaning it's in a very good angle to your sun sign, unlike where it was previous to October 2012, but a much better angle to your sun sign, and meaning that you can pay more serious nurturing attention to your speculative or investment type projects, your speculative sort of projects financially, or with anything to do with children, young ones, animals, or romantic partnership. Also any leisure activity, hobby, competitive or performance type activities will need a more disciplined, dogged, patient approach from you to come to fruition. Any creative project as well. But also because of any of these areas that I've just mentioned, you could feel quite frustrated and limited in your aims. That's the way Saturn works, because she tests us. Cancer with Uranus is still a hard angle, and also Pluto is still in a hard angle to your sun sign. Pluto's in your opposite sign. You just could probably be getting used to this sometimes jittery energy of change, which takes you unawares and means that your outer image is slowly changing. The role that you thought you were going to be playing in people's lives is slowly changing, or it's sometimes very rapidly changing. It depends. It's a kind of a jerky energy, Uranus, and it definitely is unexpected. So even though you may not like it and you may not feel in the mood for it at the time, it is shaping your life, but also you've got a choice in what shape this future life and this future you is going to be. Progress is likely to come in short, unexpected hops across the board of life during these very long transits. And now Neptune, you early Cancerians will still be feeling this wonderful positive transit of Neptune across to your sign, pulling you into a more educational role maybe, or guiding role, more idealistic maybe as well, clubbing together with others for a common cause maybe, or some of you may develop your artistic side, your communication skills, access a larger audience even, or just be a little bit confused sometimes because of, you know, you're sort of hopping around a little bit and you don't quite know which location or which position is true for you. But because the aspect is so positive, you will distill what this means, and you will come to a firm and clear realization. Pluto, as I say, is in Capricorn and helping you to slowly let go of the old, decide who you really want to be professionally, but also in your personal life, how you want it to be on the domestic side of things, but also professionally. And it's kind of breaking down an old order, can be a little bit chaotic for a while, but the dust will clear, and then you will be able to drive things in the direction that you really feel clear and strong about from your gut. And significant relationships are very key here. So it's, you know, it's relationships, it's the domestic setup, it's the goal orientated or career area, just the general direction of your life. All of these are being affected by this Pluto transit, and the radical change will eventually lead to a new you and a successful, happier life. That's the intention anyway. And if you know your moon sign or your rising sign, maybe you get some more information listening to those. That's it for January and February 2013. I hope you have a really juicy 2013 and a cracking year. And I'll see you the next time.